Hey YouTube, this is Jordan here to bring you guys a beginner's guide to cooking. So this is going to be for players that want to get into cooking. I'm going to kind of go into the very basics and some basic nodes that you can pick up that'll help you start out leveling up cooking. Um, so here's my little master chef himself, Jordan TV, baller. We got the little cook icon. So why would you want to get into cooking? We'll first go into why. All right, why? Because it's a way you can make money. You can make money with cooking. Another reason is for CP. So this little number up here, contribution points, and basically the more contribution points you have, equals an awesome, fantastic empire of amazing nodes or passive income. When I first came into the game, I liked cooking, and cooking was a good way to get my contribution up, and that's basically how I've gotten my contribution up since around 100 CP. Pretty much from then, all cooking. So first off, we're going to start off with some like beginner nodes that you could get into, and then I'm going to go into recipes later. So some beginner nodes that you might want to get in the beginning when you're very first starting out. We'll pick Olvia. All right, right here, cast a farm. We got grape node. Why do you want the grape node? Because you're going to be spamming this this recipe called Essence of Liquor. It's a really good beginner node to building up your CP. You'll definitely want this node. Some other beginner nodes that I still have to this day are going to be the chicken nodes, chicken and eggs, and I'll go into recipes that you can use to profit money from that. On top of that, we'll just start off with this one, the honey node. You should pick up this honey node if you're wanting to get into cooking. Also, pumpkin. Go ahead, pick up the pumpkin. Pumpkin's really, really good. And also some grains. So you have the option, you can get wheat, right there. We got another wheat over here, and then over here we also have potatoes or corn. Those are examples. And then I think over here you also can pick barley. So barley is also a grain node. These are really, really good beginner cooking nodes. So you're able to sort of stockpile. So the more of these cookie nodes you have, the more materials you'll be able to stock up. We'll first start off with getting a residence. So basically you're going to click on whatever city you're wanting to cook in. I personally do Glish because I don't like the lag in Heidel and stuff like that. Some people will cook in Heidel, some people will cook in Velia, some people will even cook in Calpheon. They'll cook over here. Just pick a town, whatever town you want to cook in. When you first click on it, you're going to look for a residence. Okay, so we're going to scroll down, go to residence. Okay, I already have one set up, but basically what you would do if, say, I wanted to make this a residence, you would click on this, you would go to residence, and then it would tell you how much CP it costs to get the residence, and it kind of shows you a little picture of the little house that you would be getting, and then you would just purchase it. Alright, so that's going to be the very first thing you do, is get a residence so you can put your cooking tools in. Alright, the second thing you're going to want to do is look for the cook vendor. So you're going to go to find NPC, you're going to look for cook, and it's going to direct you to the nearest cook. So in Glish right here, it's going to be in this little building right here. Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Boom, we got a bunch of cooking stuff. Alright, and I'll go over all that stuff a little bit later. I'll show you Heidel. So in Heidel, if you cook in Heidel, the cook vendor is going to be in this building right back here. If you pick Velia, Velia is going to be in this little building right here. And I'm not sure about Calpheon. I haven't cooked in Calpheon, but I'm sure I could find the cook vendor in there also. So pick it down, whatever you want to cook in. Also, if you get really hardcore into cooking, you might want to start moving all your cooking mats to that specific town. That's pretty much what I do, is I just transfer to this town with all my cooking materials. Alright, so once you have a residence, your next goal is going to be to buy a cooking utensil. Alright, so we're going to click on this, costs 1,000 silver. We're going to go ahead and purchase it for the sake of the video. And then you're going to walk into your house. Alright, so boom, I walked into my house. I already have some cooking utensils, advanced cooking utensils. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to make advanced cooking utensils, you can go ahead and search that. We'll go to, once you come in here, make sure you have your cooking utensil in here. You're going to go to place mode, okay? And that's going to bring like your little house icon up. You're then going to click on the cooking utensil. You'll be able to drag it, and any blue area is where you can place it. So for the sake of the video, we're going to place it right here. You can turn it and stuff like that. Go ahead and confirm it. Hit OK. Okay. Now, what is a good starting beginning cooking that you can get into? Alright, so the first two things that you should be cooking in the very beginning is going to be beer and chicken beer. That's what I'm going to call it, is chicken beer. It's actually called grilled bird meat. Okay, this stuff right here. Alright, and we're going to go to the recipe, which I've already cooked, so I already have it saved. But we're going to go ahead and go to beer. Okay, and if we look at beer, alright, here's the recipe right here. You need 5 grains. You need 6 mineral water, 1 sugar, and 2 leavening agents. Okay, so barley you're going to get from the node that you put your worker on, and all this stuff you're going to get from the cook vendor. So if we go over here, back to our cook vendor. Alright, this is where you can buy stuff. So sugar, cooking wine, raw sugar, deep frying oil, base sauce, mineral water, all that stuff, leavening agents. Very, very cheap. What I like to do is buy like 100,000 at a time, and I'll leave it in my storage. So then when I go to mass cook a bunch of stuff, I could just, you know, get it. I don't have to keep coming to the cook vendor. Alright. So for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and cook some beer. Alright, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so it's going to require 5 wheat. We're just going to put 5 in. Alright, we need 6 mineral water. Alright, where's my mineral water? Alright, 6 mineral water. Then we're going to need 1 sugar and 2 leavening agents. So 1 sugar, 2 leavening agents. And then what you're going to do is hit batch production, yes. And we're going to hit maximum quantity, so it'll cook the maximum amount. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And bada bing, bada boom, we're cooking. Alright. We got 1 beer. Bloop. 2 beers. Bloop. 3 beers. Alright, and you'll get more materials based off your cooking, but there's always a max limit. So I think the max limit on beer is 4 beers. I could be wrong, it might be 5 beers. Yeah, I think it's just 4. And then the higher you also get your cooking, you'll have a better chance of getting a blue proc. Okay, so that's one example. So that showed the wheat nodes, potato nodes, corn node, and barley. Those are all grains, so you can make beer with that. Why would you want to make beer? Well, the reason why you want to make beer is because beer feeds your workers, okay? Another thing that also will feed your workers is called grilled bird meat, okay? So we're going to go to grilled bird meat. All right, now this is going to require 2 chicken meat, 1 sugar, 6 deep frying oil, and 2 cooking wine. All 3 of these you can get from the cook vendor. This you can get from the cooking node, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and select that. All right, because I already have it done. Boom, grilled bird meat. Does the same exact thing. The only difference is beer. If we go to beer, it recovers 2 of your workers' stamina, and grilled bird meat recovers 3. All right, so this is like the basic, something you should always cook to continue your workers from working. So you're gonna want to mass cook a bunch of this stuff, so then you can just keep forever having your workers work. All right. You'll have a bunch of food. Your workers can keep continuing to work. You don't ever have to worry about buying it off the market. All right. Now we're going to go to essence of liquor. All right. That's going to be the next thing we're going to cook. All right. Now that's going to require 1 fruit, which I showed you the fruit node. All right. The grape node. We got 1 leavening agent, and we got 1 wheat flour. All right. Or flour. It doesn't matter if you have potato flour, sweet potato flour, barley flour. All right, so you need 1 flour, which you can get from processing. So I'll just, as an example, I'll show you. I'll put on my little processing clothes. We'll go to process. You're going to want to grind. For the sake of the video, we'll do wheat because I have a bunch of wheat. All right, so you're going to want to grind it. And when you grind wheat, come on, boom, we got wheat flour. So that's how you get flour. All right. You can literally do it overnight, and you'll wake up and your guy will still be pounding. It just depends on your weight, of course. So that's how you get wheat flour. So I showed you how to get wheat flour, showed you where the grape node was. All right, and you're gonna make essence of liquor. This is, you also, if you don't want the node, you can also buy strawberries, which is another fruit in Calpheon. I'll show you where that building is. It's basically in this building right here. Underneath, you'll find a character under there that you can buy strawberries if you don't want the node. So that'll be another thing that is really good in building your CP or able to spam. You literally could go spend 50 mil, or you can just let your grape keep continuing to build up, and then spam utensils. Okay. Now, why do you want to make essence of liquor? Because we're going to take the honey from the honey node, and we're going to make honey wine. All right. So boom, honey wine requires essence of liquor, which we just went over. The honey from the honey node, and then we got the cooking from the cook vendor. Go ahead and select that. All right. Why do you want to make honey wine? Why is honey wine another good thing to make? So honey wine's really good because you can use it for Imperial. All right, and for the sake of the video, I'm gonna show you. We'll keep going actually. For the sake of video, I'm gonna show you how to make honey wine, or how to make it into an Imperial. Now normally when you do Imperials, all right, if you don't know what Imperials are, basically you can turn materials just for silver. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get honey wine. Let me look for, okay, so honey wine is artisan. So this is going to be, personally you should wait. You can just stockpile honey wine, but wait till you're master cook. The reason why is because you need to be 10 above for the Imperials. So if you haven't seen my little cook worksheet, or cook, yeah, my cook sheet that I have, I can post a link down below of that. It will show you all the Imperial cooks levels, so apprentice, skilled, artisan, master. You want to be 10 levels above so that you can get 2 procs. You have a chance to get 2 procs. So it's going to give you more money for the materials that you cook. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave a comment below. I'll try to go into more detail about that. But what you'll do is once you hit Master 1 Cook, you can take this honey wine. We can go to Imperial Cuisine, okay? And you're going to click on the honey wine, and your character is going to start doing this, right? All right, you can only do it when processing? Question mark? Question mark? You can only use processing window. What do you mean? Maybe if I come out here. All right, I'm confused. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, you need 50. Never mind. I was so confused. All right, so you need 50 honey wine in order to make one box. Okay. So this is a way I can make silver off of. By cooking honey wine. On top of it, you gain CP. So you're cooking honey wine, boom, you get CP. And the reason why I say you get CP is because you get these things called plates when you're cooking. All right, so contribution plates, which you can turn in at Alejandro Farm. All right, so is Alejandro? Yeah, Alejandro Farm is where you can turn in the cooking plates. Okay, on top of that, you get some other plates. So you get milk plates, you get XP, cooking XP plates, you get silver, and you get beer. All right, so the more you cook, the more plates you get, the more CP you get, the more silver, the more beer, the more money. Yummy. All right, cooking is life. All right, so now we're going to, boom, we got 56. All right, cool. So now I'm going to show you the Imperial. All right. Imperial cuisine, you need 50 honey wine. Going to go ahead and all right, so we're gonna click this and boom. All right, so we made a artisan honey wine cooking box. All right, which you can turn into Imperial traders. All right, you can turn them into Hydel, you can turn them into Olvia, you can turn them into Calphion. You can turn them into Valencia. It's wherever you want to turn them in. Just make sure you send your honey wine to that town, and then just make the box there, okay? Because it does weigh a lot. So basically, this thing right here, this little cog wheel thing, is where you can turn Imperials in, okay? I think you can actually search it. Let me make sure. Boom, Imperial delivery. So it'll take you to the nearest one. Here's the one in Hydel. All right, and you can turn those in. So for honey wine, just wait till your master one. So you can just spam honey. You can cook honey wine, but just wait to turn it into an Imperial later. All right. Another cooking thing that we're going to go over for beginners is going to be another Imperial. Okay, this is going to be called 5-grain porridge. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit 5-grain porridge. All right, this is gonna take ground bird meat, so basically chicken meat, and how I showed you how to process wheat into wheat flour. This is gonna be taking your chicken meat and you're gonna pound it, and boom, it's gonna make the ground bird meat. And you can just get wheat from your wheat nodes. You can get mineral water from the vendor. All right, so then you're gonna click this, boom. And it's going to make a thing called 5-grain porridge. All right. Bloop. 5-grain chicken porridge. All right. And this is going to require, all right, so honey wine was 50. 5-grain is going to require, if I can find it real quick. I'm not sure. I think it's skilled, so I think you need to be artisan 1. I'm not 100% sure on what level that is. It might be apprentice, actually. I think it's apprentice, so you just need to be skilled, I think. I'm not 100% on that. But you can just check at the Imperial. It'll tell you. Actually, I think I have some made, so I can actually tell you guys real quick. All right. Yeah, I do. All right. It's apprentice, so you need to be skilled before you start making this in cooking, so you have a chance to proc 2. All right. All right, that's that. One last thing I believe I'm going to show you. All right, boiled bird eggs. All right, so from those chicken nodes, boom, boiled bird eggs. They're gonna require 3 eggs, 1 salt, 1 cooking wine, and 6 mineral water. You can get the mineral, salt, cooking wine from the cook vendor again, and the eggs from the chicken nodes. That's why the chicken nodes are really good. You basically can make 3 different things. Ground bird meat for Imperial. You can make boiled bird eggs, Imperial, and then you can make the chicken beer, grilled bird meat to feed your workers. Okay. And then another tip, as you're beginner cooking, okay, you're going to want to try to get a +3 cook's close minimum. This is to try to hit 1 second. Now, the way I hit 1 second is I have +3 cook close. I have the pay to win. You don't have to get the pay to win, but I do. I have a Sharp Alchemy Stone of Life. You do want to get this to try to hit 1 second. We can just boom, hit it. All right, and then you're going to want to hit Spicy Teff Sandwich or Teff Sandwich. It'll reduce it by 5 seconds, or you can get the Teff Bread, which I think is 3 seconds. And then once you get to the big boys of the advanced cooking utensil, then your cook time will be superior and be amazing. All right, boom, 1 second. It's just like boom, boom, beer, boom, beer, boom, beer. All right, and then you could just walk away, go do something else, come back, boom, you guys done cooking. Life's good, CP's good. Boom, we got some blue cold draft beer because our cooking's high enough, and then soon, boom, you'll be guru cook, and you'll be like the bee's knees. You'll be cool. You'll be like, cool, I got this awesome icon above my head. Look at me, I cook a lot, and look at my CP, be jealous. People on BDO. Hopefully that helps you guys out with some beginner cooking nodes and beginner cooking. If you haven't checked out my advanced cooking utensil, get that. And then if you want to be even superior and make intermediate utensils, you can also do that, but that's going to require a +4 cooks. Or you're going to have to pop Verdir droughts to get that 1 second cook time off with everything else. And then you can start mass producing intermediate utensils and save on materials. So that's my beginner cook guide to help you guys out on beginner cooking. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have an awesome day. See ya.